Hello and welcome back to another episode of Reddit Recreations, your home for some chilled out vibes and daily Reddit videos. Today's videos are coming from r/MaliciousCompliance, and the first post is titled, "You want me to be more socially active? You got it." It comes from the user SDVB. Let's get into it. I'm from an Asian country and I've been living in a foreign country for some time, and I've purchased my home here a few years ago. My hobby is to play computer games and watch TV shows, and I've spent a decent amount of money to set up my home for it. I have the fastest internet plan, subscription to all major streaming services, etc. My daily life is work, grocery shopping, home gaming, every single day. My parents came at the beginning of the year to live with me as they want to experience the foreign life. They were disappointed when they found out their son does not have an active social life here and spends all of his free time at home gaming. They tried to make me more socially active by telling me what events are happening that I can go to, and how they've been going out every day and made lots of new friends. Well, not really. I know they only go to two places, the shopping centre for groceries, or the local community centre where there are a bunch of retired people from our home country. My parents don't speak English. I don't even think they know how to use the public transport there. So they've been going out making elderly friends, elderly retired friends. It's so easy, why don't you just go out and make some elderly retired friends? Maybe you can meet them on the COD lobbies. Telling me to go out and socialise has become the topic of our dinner talk every night, and the tension, especially between me and my dad, has become more and more hostile. One night, when they mentioned it again, I decided I'd had enough, so I start to be more socially active by staying at internet cafes until 11:30 PM every day. I also cancelled the internet at home. They found out the internet is not working at home and notified me. I acknowledged it. They asked me when is the internet coming back. I said it's not coming back. What? Why? Because I'm socialising every day. When I come home, I go to bed right away. When I wake up, I either go to work or go out socialising. I barely use internet at home, so why I don't need it. 2 weeks later, Mum tells me they're going back home. Well, sounds like your parents visiting became a bit of a nuisance. I'm sorry to hear that. They couldn't just enjoy their time with you. Yeah, seems like you dealt with it well, and hopefully all of your new retired friends are gonna give you part of their pension. Difficult situation. I mean, it's definitely a bit more than malicious compliance, going beyond to cancelling the internet, but hey, it's your house, your rules. If they're visiting for a long period and they make themselves very unwelcome, then you gotta do what you gotta do to get your house back. So I do feel sorry for you. This is the most vital thing for them and they can't let it go. It seems like you're happy with your life the way it is at the moment. Daily life, work, grocery shopping, home gaming every day. I mean, that is, in the long term, that can be a bit of a recipe for disaster. You've got to find something else to do. It doesn't have to be socialising. If you're not the sort of person to want to go out and socialise that much, just find something else to do. But it also depends on age. Like for me, that was my life for like 4-5 years until eventually it happens to everyone. It'll happen to you too if you're a gamer. Then eventually it just becomes a little bit less interesting and you just can't quite spend as much time on it. But Lord knows, if I was reading this 5-6 years ago, I'd be like, hell yeah, that's the life. Work, grocery shopping, gaming non-stop. That's the way to be. So it comes with age and territory as well. I mean, not everyone will have the same experience as me. I have just experienced so much gaming in my life that it's slowly lost a little bit of interest for me. There are still some games that can hook me, but I think in general you can just change naturally. But what it seems like your parents see is that, anyway, I'm waffling. Justin DeLarge says, if only it were that easy to get rid of unwanted house guests. One of my gaming buddies got rid of his non-paying roommates and their buddies in this way in the late 2000s. Actually, he made the wireless hidden and told them that internet was shut down due to non-payment, and he couldn't get it turned back on without a huge deposit. Suddenly, they were only at the house a few days a week to crash, then a few days a month, then they just never came back. I remember he said something about, wow, a 21st century solution, cut off their internet, as if it was an amusing novelty. I knew they'd never come back when all the janky duct tape wireless chargers and cradles were gone. They're somewhere sponging off someone else. Well, reading this story is very good advice for you if you've ever got unwanted house guests. Switch off the internet, see how long it lasts. I might try that next time I've got someone over I want to kick out. Now I've got another top comment from Future Direction 5174. Says, my son is like you. We got a comment from a parent on the other side. This can be interesting. My son is like you. He started tabletop gaming as well. It's like an MMO RPG, but you meet up with other real people on a regular basis. He's now painting miniatures and 3D printing accessories for the games and creating dioramas. The group are also into musicals and have regular Wednesday night musical sessions watching old videos like West Side Story or Cats at a member's house. Just 2 of the members are Morris dancers, so he's also taken up Morris dancing. At least that means he isn't just sitting down. How nerdy can you get? What? So your son's not like him? It just sounds like you've been bragging about how great your son is and how your son has an awesome social life with awesome friends. The reply to that says, that's great though, isn't it? Instead of forcing him into social situations he's gonna hate, he can do stuff he actually likes while also getting to meet people who do the same stuff. My friends and I always joked about if parents want their kids to not get into drugs, just introduce them to the nerd stuff. Absolutely. If you're playing Magic the Gathering or Warhammer or something like that, you're not even going to have enough money for drugs. And so someone responds, trading card games, they won't have enough money for drugs anyway. So many cards. Never once used drugs. Though my mum didn't like me playing Magic the Gathering because it was obviously demonic and Pokemon/Yu-Gi-Oh was just a waste of money, so maybe she would have preferred it if I got into drugs. Now parents, if you're listening, look at what you're doing to your kids when you're complaining about everything they do, about their hobbies, their interests. Just be happy they're not going around doing drugs, okay? If you're showing some interest in something, just let them be interested in it. But I would be interested in what sort of games OP is playing, because I can understand the parents. They're probably very annoying and frustrating if they never let it go and it gets worse and worse, becomes arguments about you not going out and socialising. But it comes from a place of genuine concern. Are you only playing single player games? Are you playing with people? Those games, do you have like a group who you're playing with? Because if that's the case, you are socialising. Whereas if not, you are spending each and every day without any sort of socialisation. We are social creatures. You need to find someone, somewhere. There are lots of different groups you can go to find someone. I'm not saying it like the parents are. I'm not saying like you must go out, but it's worth looking into if you're not actually really socialising with anyone, because it is important. But that's enough of Papa Reddit Recreations, dishing out some unsolicited fatherly advice. Let's move on to another. So, it comes from the Grandmaster Grizz and is titled, I want it like this. I'm the boss, you do it how I say. Sure. Context. I work in flooring installation. Commercial mostly, usually carpet or vinyl tiles. Have been doing this for 10 years now. I got a work order to do a head office for a larger developer. It was a carpet tile with patterns, lines and border. I start installing, and just as I get the first tiles out after laying the glue, the big boss comes out. Oh, here we go, it's always the big boss. He says, I'm doing it wrong. I was absolutely stunned. I look at him, look back at the tiles I had just put down, looked at him again and asked, what? Those numbers on the back of the tile are the sequence order. You need to follow the numbers, he replied. What he is talking about are God knows what. Part numbers, serial numbers, lots of numbers. I don't even know how to read that sentence out. But we'll go with that. They've had nothing to do with installation, so I actually followed whatever he was saying. It would look like a mess, if not. They have nothing to do with installation. So if I actually followed whatever he was saying, it would look like a mess, not the intended pattern. I tried explaining that to him, but he wouldn't have it. He got frustrated and called the head office, who in turn called me and said, just do it how he wants. So I did. As I'm finishing up, he comes back, takes one look at it and says, I don't like it. I smiled and said, I don't care, that's how you wanted it. Packed up my stuff and left. He didn't say another word to me. A few days later, I hear that he called head office asking for someone else to come redo the way I had originally intended to install it. So the office sent me again, and I got paid to remove the work that I had just got paid to install, so I get paid to install it again. Needless to say, he didn't come out to make the small talk the second time. Ah, there we go, big boss causing the company to lose the big bucks, as we love to see it. We love to see it. A big boss that just doesn't ever want to listen to the workers, always thinks he's right, and has to prove that he's right by stamping his authority. So you love to see it when he's just wrong. Like, if you... Well done, boss. Well done. Managed to annoy the worker, double the cost of the job, and probably annoy the person you're doing the job for, because you're slowing down the job. We've got a top comment from Acidic Watercolour saying, please tell me he saw it was you when they got sent out to fix it. Yeah, even though he specifically requested someone else, they told him I would still be the one coming back. I believe he sent his interns, assistants and secretaries to hover around me with water/refreshments, which was nice, but I would have much preferred he manned up and just apologised. I love companies that do that. Oh, you don't like this person? Now you'll only ever be seeing this person. The not-so-cheeky couple says nothing like paying 3 times for something because you think you know better than the professional. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I mean, it's shocking how many stories you read where there's a professional doing the job and the boss, who doesn't actually really do the job, always tells them they're wrong. And then, shocked Pikachu face, it's not worked out. I should have listened to the professional that does it 10 hours a day every day. And these big bosses really love paying multiple times for the same job. Trust me, they could certainly afford it, but it doesn't necessarily mean they were happy about it. And Nismo2070 says, I know how to do my job better than every single person in supervisory or management roles. I've been doing it for 30 plus years, so I'm always amused when one of them comes to me and questions my work. It never ends well for them, but it sure does make me laugh. And now I'm going to pass it over to you guys in the comments. What do you think you would be doing in these people's situations? If you were doing the work completely fine and your boss just came and told you to do it the opposite way, what would you do? Would you fight them? Would you do it? Would you do it like this? I know for me, I would definitely make sure to get something in writing. As soon as you ask someone to confirm it over email, you should already know you're making a mistake. But also flip the script. What would you do if you went over to your employee and you were telling them, this is wrong, you need to do it my way. They do it your way and it's completely wrong. And it's completely messed up. How would you react to that one? But thank you again for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do put out new Reddit videos every single day. And I will see you again next time. And then Ancient End 7108 says, hospitality, making people feel at home even when you wish they were there. That's a good line. Making people feel at home even when you wish they were there. I don't get it. Am I being dumb? I think I'm being stupid, because I don't get it. Making people feel good at home even when you wish they were there. Yeah, no, I don't get it. Oh no. It's early. I'm still drinking my coffee. I've only had a sip of it so far. Brain's not activating.